Hey guys, this is Dr. Samir Islam, and in today's video we're going to talk about, can diet fix your heartburn? For those of you guys who are joining me for the first time, my name is Dr. Samir Islam. I'm a board-certified gastroenterologist practicing currently in Lubbock, Texas. And my passion is to give you accurate information based on actual clinical evidence that can help out with some of your GI issues that you may be suffering from. In this video today, if you like this, I would encourage you to like this video, join my Facebook group, join my Facebook page, like my YouTube page as well, and also follow me on Instagram where I post these videos that you can learn more about what you can do to help out with your gut health. In today's video, what you'll learn, number one, how diet can play a vital role in heartburn and reflux. A lot of people have heartburn and reflux. They don't know exactly what to do, or they're confused about the diet information that's out there about what may be beneficial for your heartburn. In today's video, we'll learn about that. But also, number two, I'll give you my tips about what foods to avoid, the things that I recommend that will give you the best bang for your buck, what you can do diet-wise to help out with your heartburn, because not everyone who has heartburn or reflux needs to be on medications all the time. By making some very simple dietary changes, we can get you feeling better. And so what basically happens, why people have heartburn whenever they eat, is that normally whenever we do eat, whenever food goes down the esophagus, the lower esophageal sphincter, or the sphincter between the esophagus and the stomach, opens up, allowing that food to go down from the mouth into the stomach. And then as soon as you're done eating, that sphincter closes immediately. This is what happens normally in patients who eat, whether you eat without heartburn or with heartburn. Now when you have heartburn, the issues change, because what actually happens is that sphincter actually stays open longer and more often, meaning that even when you're not eating, that sphincter is open. It's almost like having a door wide open all the time, so things can go back and forth, back and forth. And what happens is that things from your stomach goes back up into the esophagus that causes burning, the pain up here, the regurgitation, the nausea, the difficulty with food getting stuck, and all sorts of GI issues that can occur whenever the doors open longer and more often. For a lot of people who have acid reflux, food can be a very common trigger of why that door stays open and why you may be suffering from acid reflux and heartburn. And so some of the dietary strategies I recommend, the first thing I tell my patients to do is to try to avoid fried or fatty foods. These are foods that very commonly can cause the sphincter to be open longer and stay in the stomach longer and cause a lot more acid to go up into the esophagus and cause sensation of burning, reflux, heartburn, and regurgitation. So try to avoid these foods if you can. So for example, skip the french fries, use baked potato instead. Instead of using whole milk, try 1% milk or Skim Plus, and stay away from some of the processed meats and choose grilled chicken instead. By making these simple changes, avoiding fatty foods or fried foods, you can really help out with your heartburn. That's the first thing I recommend. The second thing I recommend is try to avoid acidic foods. Things like oranges, lemons, limes, they make reflux symptoms worse. They can increase more acid and also cause that valve to be open longer and more often. So try to minimize those, or at least reduce the amount in your diet, because this may actually help with your heartburn as well. This is the second tip that I recommend for my patients who are trying to control their reflux with diet. The third thing I recommend is chocolate. Now I know we love chocolate. I love chocolate myself, but I do know that if I have too much chocolate, that causes me to have a lot more heartburn symptoms. There's actually an ingredient specific to chocolate itself that has been shown to relax the sphincter, and by relaxing that sphincter, it stays open, causing acid to go up into the esophagus, causing heartburn, regurgitation, or even reflux-type symptoms. So if you like chocolate, try to minimize that, or try non-chocolate desserts to eat instead of having your normal chocolate cake whenever you're dining out. The other thing I recommend is try to avoid spicy foods. Spicy food can really make acid reflux symptoms worse. It really can irritate the stomach and cause that sphincter to be open longer and more often. So try to minimize spicy foods. Now I know if you're living in Texas like I do, it is hard to do that. I love good Tex-Mex, and sometimes you have to have spices with very good Tex-Mex. So whenever I know I'm going out to eat and I'm having a spicy meal, I will take an acid reducing medication. I may take some Tums with me, or maybe even some Gaviscon to help out with my stomach afterwards. Because I know for me, spicy food is a very common trigger to make my acid reflux symptoms a lot worse. Caffeine and carbonated beverages are a very common trigger for acid reflux. This can cause your sphincter to be open longer and more often, and by reducing the amount of caffeine, or even coffee. It can really make a huge difference in making you feel better naturally to help out with your heartburn or symptoms. Additionally, carbonated beverages have been known to make symptoms worse. It causes the sphincter to stay wide open as well. So try a decaffeinated drink, try herbal teas, maybe try even water. Water's been around for centuries. It's a very good way to keep you hydrated. And so if you want to try to minimize your acid reflux symptoms naturally, try to minimize your coffee, try to minimize your carbonated beverages as well. Mint, even though you may not notice this or realize this, mint can really make symptoms worse. And mint is a known ingredient that can open up that sphincter between the esophagus and stomach. So things that are made from mint or things that have a mint flavoring can also make your acid reflux symptoms worse. I have a lot of patients who chew mint gum and they're coming to me wondering why they're having acid reflux. It actually may be the gum that you're chewing that's flavored with mint that causes the sphincter to be open longer and more often, causing acid reflux symptoms to occur. So make sure you try to avoid mint as well. Alcohol, I know it's difficult for some people to avoid, but alcohol really does cause a havoc in your GI tract. Not only can this affect your liver, but it can also affect your esophagus and stomach as well. So just pay attention to how your body reacts to alcohol. It may not be for you, but for some people you may notice that alcohol tends to make your acid reflux symptoms a lot more worse and more difficult to control. So in summary, number 1, avoid fried and fatty foods. It's a very effective way to get rid of your acid reflux. Number 2 is try to minimize your acidic foods. If you live in Texas, try to have a mild Tex-Mex, or if you know you're going to go out to eat and you're going to have spicy foods, try to preempt that by taking a medication to help out with the acid. Number 3 is to avoid chocolate. Chocolate is a very common trigger. There's a specific enzyme inside the chocolate that will cause that sphincter to be open. Number 4, try to minimize spicy foods. Spicy foods can also be a trigger as well for a lot of patients who have acid reflux. And number 5, try to minimize caffeine or carbonated beverages, as this is a known trigger for your symptoms. Mint can cause your issues to be worse, and lastly, alcohol can certainly make things worse as well. These are the things that I recommend for all of my patients who have acid reflux. If you're looking for a way to control your acid reflux symptoms without the need for medications or to minimize your medications, these are probably the most effective ways that you can do things that you can do today to get rid of your acid reflux and get you feeling better as well. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. In my next video, I'm going to be discussing what foods to eat. So now that I talked about what you shouldn't eat, well, you're going to be probably wondering, well, Dr. Islam, what should I eat? And in the next video, I'll talk about what are the foods that I recommend to help out with your acid reflux, or what substitutes you can do instead to make yourself feeling better. Thank you guys for joining me. Every 7:30 p.m. on Tuesdays, I do a Facebook Live where I will where I comment or discuss a topic that I want you guys to be knowing about. And so if you have a comment that you want me, or if there's a topic you want me to speak, please comment down below so I can know what they are, or shoot me an email, or let me know as well. But if you want to follow me on social media, feel free to like my Facebook page, my YouTube videos, and also my Instagram as well. But I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys for listening. Look forward to seeing you guys on more videos. Thanks and take care.